What up, RDP community? Today I'm going to be reviewing the new Kensui EZ Vest plate-loaded weight vest. In all honesty, I've never been a big fan of weight vests. I've often found many of them to be cheaply made, so they get torn up and stuff over time. They're tedious to adjust, so there's little tiny weights that you have to change around, so changing as much as like 20, 30 pounds in some cases, it's just not worth the hassle, which is why a lot of times when I would have these weight vests, I just keep it at one weight and I never adjust it. And also, I always never liked the fact that some of them, they would wrap around like the waist, and they almost created like this corset effect that when you're training, you don't want something feeling like restrictive and tight for your breathing. This sucker solves all those problems. Obviously, it's a simple plate-loaded system. You've got plates on the back and on the front, and you just simply switch out your plates. As simple as that, and you can easily make your changes. Plus, the weight is nice and high, and there's nothing wrapping around my waist here. So it's easy for me to breathe, it's easy for me to move around, everything feels tight, comfortable, and secure. After using this for several weeks, I found that the best applications for this are circuit training, if you wanted to add a little bit of extra weight, to HIIT style calisthenics training, where you wanted some weight that you can carry from one exercise to the next and quickly changing over. This thing is fantastic for that. Now, if you've ever really wanted to effectively add weight to horizontal pushing and pulling movements, i.e. push-ups and rows, this thing simply cannot be beat. In the other weight vests that seem to load weight lower on the body, it always felt like it was putting too much pressure on my lower back, which is another reason why I'm not a big fan of like putting plates into backpacks, because the plate shifts down, it's on my lower back, it's very uncomfortable shifting around. This ensures that the weight stays high on your torso. So this plate is right on my sternum. I can comfortably breathe when I'm doing rows. And the back plate is right perfectly between my shoulder blades, but the vest allows my scapular motion to happen while doing push-ups. And speaking of weighted push-ups, I also appreciate the fact that these pegs are removable. So if you wanted to be doing push-ups on the floor, you can simply unscrew it, and that way it's not impeding your range of motion. But usually when I was using this, I would just simply do it on either parallettes, or I would be using a suspension style handles or gymnastics rings, which is just unbelievably powerful for building up your shoulders, chest, and triceps. Fantastic exercise. A couple of the little design things I appreciate here. The padding is nice and thick. It's very comfortable, even here on my traps in the upper back. It's also removable and washable, which is a big bonus, because I've always wondered, like, you've used these weight vests for so many weeks, you're sweating in it and stuff, do you really want to keep putting these things on? But a washable liner is great, but the plates are held on. This is the pegs are metal, they're not cheap plastic. The collars are plastic, but good quality. They don't need to be made out of titanium or anything. And there is a plate underneath this peg as well. So this plate covers plenty of real estate on my torso, so that when I do put the plate exactly or directly against my body, it's nicely distributed, so it's very comfortable. It doesn't create any sort of pressure points that make it uncomfortable to do horizontal work. So as weight vests go, this is by far the best and easiest and most comfortable weight vest I have ever used. Highly recommended if you want to use it for those applications. But to be perfectly honest with you, I've often found myself using this less than I thought I would. And the reason is because most of my weighted bodyweight training is either weighted leg style training, where I'm holding onto something for things like weighted lunges or Bulgarian split squats, or weighted pull-ups and dips. And as great as this thing is, I still find something like a classic dip belt, or even just wrapping a chain around my waist with a kettlebell or a dumbbell, to be a faster, easier, cheaper, more convenient, and more comfortable way to load up my body with extra weight for vertical pushing and pulling movements. And lastly, when it comes to adding weight for the sake of conditioning, I much prefer to just go faster. The other day, I saw someone wearing one of these very vests going up the mini incline in Castle Rock, which is 200 steps, which will basically spike your heart rate and peg you right at your red line very, very quickly. And yeah, wearing this will definitely make you work harder, but I'm not sure I would necessarily get a better cardiovascular workout because I'm going to be redlined 100% no matter how I go about it. So basically this would slow you down. It would be great for developing a little bit more strength in the legs, but if I wanted to build stronger legs, I'd rather just do regular leg strength training as opposed to adding weight. And I've used it a little bit with walking, going out for walks with it, which is fine. However, I do caution you on weight vest walking because you do need to keep your core tight, do need to have really good posture. If that starts to erode while you're walking and hiking, you can put a little pressure in your lower back, pressure in your upper back, and it starts to erode a little bit. So again, usually when it comes to, I wanna burn fat, I wanna burn calories, I wanna condition myself, I say stick with regular body weight and increase intensity through speed. But overall, I think this is just a fantastic bit of kit for using weight vests in general. If you're interested, there's of course the Kensui link down below in the description if you want to check out more. They also have a lot of other neat products, including a suspension device too. Really innovative company, happy with everything they've been putting out. Really cool design and build quality as well. Thoughts and questions down below. Thanks much for watching. Be fit, live free.